Hey gamers, how's it going? Hello. I know it's been a while. Hi guys. I'm really happy to see everybody. I'm not doing too good, but I figured I'd still make an effort to show up today. So, we're gonna do a kind of a chiller, kind of catch-up stream while I attempt to work on some Persona project. The keywords here are attempt. I'll have my webcam on today just because, I don't know, lately I haven't felt like many people have really understood the gravity of what I go through on a day-to-day basis, and that I'm a human. So yeah, it's gonna be a chill day, hopefully. Thank you, Fizzy. But yeah, hi. Happy Pride Month. I haven't really been around for Pride Month. I've got my ace blanket, even though it's sweltering out. I hope you guys are having a good, safe Pride Month. I know I've been too sick to really do anything, so luckily Disability Pride Month's just around the corner, so there's that. But yeah, oh, somebody's birthday? Happy birthday, Anna the Hedgehog. Happy birthday. I'm sorry if I missed it. I hope you had a good day. Don't worry, Cassie, I am. Oh, my sound effects were off. Here we go. I am taking care of myself, and that's mostly why I haven't been around, because it takes all my energy anymore. I'll update you guys about everything, but I just... Where did my... There it is. I wanted to show off all the fan art, because holy cow, there's like 200 pieces of fan art here today, and it's just really freaking awesome, and it made me smile. There's Wobble Dogs, there's Brightside, there's Persona Project, there's 12. It's just like such a good mix of like everything about my channel. So I just want to thank everybody who makes stuff. It makes me really happy. It's really cool to see that it's just really inspiring me right now. In the background, I'm going to try and work on the next episode of Persona Project. Oh, thank you, Leaf. Thank you, Leaf. The next episode of Persona Project is about paper cranes. I used to make paper cranes in Parker's era. So that's what that's gonna be about. Oh, thank you, Maddie. Yeah, I'm wearing my Digital Circus little shirt. Yeah, so let's dive in. I apologize that I'm not just opening the chat to everybody. I just don't think I can handle it. God, my voice today. But if my members, if you have any questions at any time, feel free to ask. I'll answer what I'm comfortable with. I'm having horrible allergies lately. Just the weather's been horrible. So I apologize. But we're listening to Zelda today because the next year Persona Project for Parker is going to be all Breath of the Wild music, because that's when we started playing it, was his era. I do eventually want to have like where we talk about each episode of year 14 for Parker. I just don't have the capacity to stream that long right now. I haven't been streaming at all because I just don't have the stamina. It's gotten pretty bad. I've been extremely fatigued, like, to the point that I can't sit at my desk very long anymore. So... Oh, Berry Blue. Yeah, I got that poster up with all my other lovely posters. I've got like 12 in Brightside. I have a She-Ra poster. My 12 clock, you know. I even have a cool like Brightside Killswitch and Enigma on a canvas. That was a gift. That was really cool. Gosh, my poor voice. Man, I'm struggling today, y'all. I haven't talked in a while. I'm not used to talking anymore. But yeah, yeah, the Persona project's been great lately. Parker's Era's kind of reaching its little peak, I think, of the happy times in my life. Thank you, Nugget. Oh, thank you. I love your icon. It's really cute. I love that cat. Internet cats have been getting me through a lot lately. So yeah, I'm gonna work on paper trains. It's just it's a short and sweet episode about how I had like a very brief fixation about making paper cranes. It was just like an obsession that took over my life briefly. And Blackbird appears in it, so that's really fun. Parker's Era is really fun because of all the other eras that appear in it. I think for a moment Haley appears in this one as well, so it's cool. No, I'm glad you guys are enjoying the recent episodes. Oh, thank you, Anna, for the membership gifting stuff. That is so cool. We don't get to see that very often, so thank you. That's really cool. Welcome, Daniel. Welcome to the club. But yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of just uploading randomly right now. I can't really follow a schedule at the moment. I'm just too sick. If you didn't know, I have overlapping diseases, and the overlap is unbearable right now. It's like my whole body is at war with itself constantly at all times, and it makes it really hard to even just work at all. But I do my best when I can, because I know a lot of people are worried about, oh, don't overwork yourself, we don't need content, it's okay. But Persona Project isn't just content. It's my therapy, it's very soothing to me, and it's cathartic, and it's good for me, and I love doing it, so it's not like what you think it is. It's not what you think it is. It's not work. It's just, I need it. Like, I need to create art, otherwise all I do is suffer. And I have to balance out my life like that. I can't just suffer and suffer and suffer and not create, at least put something good into the world for everything I'm being in so much pain for. So, I know a lot of people were really concerned, just being like, oh, don't worry about us. And trust me, I don't mean this in a mean way, but I don't. I'm not worried about, oh, oh no, my numbers, oh my god, the people are gonna be so upset if I don't make Persona Project. No, it is like, I'm frustrated because I want to make stuff, and I want to make my art, and I want to express myself other than just laying in bed all day and reading books and going, God, I wish I could make art. That's basically all I'm doing right now. So I want to create. It's not that I feel pressured to by any outside sources. It is just, I want to make stuff because I love creating, and it gives me a purpose outside of pain. And without it, I am just suffering. And that's not a fun reality to be living, let me tell you. At least it feels like if I have a bad day, but the next day I have a really good day and I get to draw all day, it feels worth it. Where I'm like, okay, I paid my dues, now I can work, right? I just really love art.
French fries emoji.
Yay!
French fries emoji. French fries emoji.
Thank you, Fizzy. I really actually do need to go get some French fries. Thank you. Oh, you threw smiley fries up in the Peeves bowl. Thank you. Those are my favorite. Yeah, Hayden, you get it. It's like, art is like, it comes from like your soul, and like when your body can't keep up with it, let me tell you, it's the most frustrating feeling on this earth. I need to make stuff. It's just my purpose, you know? And when I can't even fulfill that, it is the most frustrating stasis to be caught in. And I've had to deal with a lot of really terrifying realities with my disabilities lately. Oh, Faye! Thank you so much! Oh, with the key and French fries, thank you! That's so cool. But no, I'm kind of in a scary waiting mode right now, so if you, just a little bit of a content warning, if you don't want to hear about my medical stuff, it's a little gruesome, and it is teetering on a very existential line here, so you don't have to listen to this part if you don't want to. But I will just update my health briefly because it is dictating my entire life right now and it really sucks. So my Crohn's disease has really advanced, unfortunately, like faster than I ever could have anticipated. Last year, it was mild. This year, I don't know, but I know it's worse. I have to go and get another colonoscopy. I don't want to get another colonoscopy. Let me tell you, I went through the first one and I was so traumatized by the end. It was a very hard thing to do as somebody with a past with an eating disorder. Let me just put it that way. And now I have to do it again because it has advanced that quickly, which I was told when I got the first procedure done that would kind of be it, and they would learn everything they'd need to know for my diagnosis and then get me on medication. So that was a lie, /ref, so that was a lie. Because here I am a year later getting the exact procedure done and going through all of this all over again. You know, blah blah blah, American healthcare system, we don't even have to say anything. You all just get it. It's just ass. So right now I'm kind of tapering off what very little medication I have to help me with this, and it is making me really sick. Because I have to be off of it for this colonoscopy. So I'm basically just raw dogging it. I'm raw dogging this disease right now. And it's like high-key killing me. And I think the worst part of it is that I finally have bit this bullet. I've bit this bullet in my life that I never thought I would. Because you've seen now with Persona Project how I was raised. Obviously I was raised to be hyper independent and just to kind of like take my wounds and hide and take care of myself alone and not bother anybody else. But the problem with that is that's not realistic for survival at the moment. And so I finally have been trying to reach out about getting help with, in the event that I literally cannot draw anymore, I don't know how I'm going to support myself. And that's been a horrifying, awful thing to gripe with for me. is a reality where I just can't create. And that's where I'm at. It's really hard. Because I don't want to have to imagine a reality where I can't draw, but I'm kind of already living it, so I have to prepare for the worst. And unfortunately, I do live in America, which means I'm not getting help. I've basically walked into plenty of places and they all act confused why I'm there. So I've been dealing with a lot in the background. Just trying to secure any kind of future I can for myself, no matter what my results come back as, because there's a very high chance they come back and I am just not going to get better. And I have to prepare for that, and it really sucks, and I hate that for all of us, because I feel like we're all gonna be cheated out of my art and my stories and my life, and there's just no handbook on dealing with mortality like that, so it's hard. Everything sucks. What's new? I haven't been online, I've been analog, so if you haven't seen me online, that's why. I don't want to be online, because I don't think I can handle another ounce of anything at the current moment. My procedure's in 2 weeks, and that procedure will determine the rest of my life. So I'm in waiting mode, and I'm just trying to do art to get by. So don't worry, this helps me more than you know, to feel like I'm gonna be okay, and I can still make art no matter what, because even though I'm all the way down here at rock bottom, I'm still creating, slowly, but I can still do it, and it's still possible, and I'm gonna be okay, and I'm trying to remain hopeful, because, I don't know if you noticed, I'm one of the most hope-core people. I love the universe, and it's kind, and it cares for you, and I know it probably has a plan for me, whether it is I just have to accept help or what.
Drink water and rest well.
Thank you, whoever donated. Thank you, Anonymous. I have it. This is my second bottle today. And I have mango juice as well. I'm sorry for getting weepy, but I am just weepy. I can't really control it anymore. I'm just sad and scared. Like, I don't know, I'm just very human, you know? I think this is a very human reaction to my entire existence being threatened. My very way of life being threatened. I'm scared. Sometimes I'm just wild child all over again and I'm just terrified, you know? So that's been my medical stuff right now, is dealing with the potential loss of my autonomy and my freedom and having to ask for help. Having to ask for help as a trauma survivor, let me tell you, not easy. Fucking sucks. I know it's okay to be vulnerable. That's exactly why I have my webcam on, because I'm like, no, people need to understand. When you follow a disabled creator, it isn't just sunshine and rainbows, and you don't just get to see the happy moments, and you don't just get to see them at their best. You need to understand we're still here at our worst. If that means crying, if that means gripping with the reality that this channel might go dormant if something happens to me. Like, it's gonna be a sad and hard reality. And I don't want to just have to deal with it alone and smile and pretend everything's okay, because guess what? I've done that once. It's called Hawley era. I'm not doing that ever again. I'm not bottling up how I feel, because it made me into a really bad version of myself that I did not like. So, yeah, all of my medical stuff aside, Persona Project has been so good. Oh, yeah. Berry Blue, thank you for sharing. I hope yours go as smoothly as possible. I know I have a really good set of doctors this time. I got in with private practice for that reason, so.
Hi, Holly.
Hello.
Please remember to rest. It's okay to be scared. Anyone would. American healthcare sucks greater
I
than.
know! Thank you, Mystical Wizard. It does suck. But we'll be okay in the end. The puff, thank you.
Hey, I'm so sorry that you're going through this. I really hope your procedure goes well. We all support you. It's always okay to ask for help.
Thank you. That's the last sentence is a hard one for me to deal with because I'm just so humble and so like, I think it's the blackbird in me that's just like, no, I'm fine. I don't need anybody's help. I'm strong, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, no, girl, we need help. So I'm just, right now I feel like my inner children are kind of in control and they're very highly reactive and I have to reparent myself a lot lately. And so I've been going to a lot of extra therapy and I've been going to a lot of extra resources and getting a lot of help because it's a lot to deal with. And after these next 2 weeks and this procedure happens, I've got to make some pretty big decisions. And let me tell you, I don't know if you've noticed a pattern in Persona Project, but every time I make a big decision, I don't have that much faith in how good that outcome could be because I have made decisions in my young life that I was never meant to make, and this is another one that I feel like I wish I didn't have to make. Yeah, I did find some better doctors, so everything's going well. It's just, I'm stuck in waiting mode. And you know, specialists are 3 months out at a time. And I'm like, okay, I just have to wait and be patient and survive until then. So, aside from that, my mental health's obviously been in the pits of hell. Because it's just scary and I'm just scared out of my mind and the world around us is cruel and it's just terrifying. So I've been offline, and I know a lot of people might think that that's just, oh, like, irresponsible or ignorant, but I genuinely am at a capacity that I cannot handle anything else right now. And I am usually pretty good about being up to date with the news and making sure I know what's going on in my communities, like the queer community, disability community, rights, you know, being an advocate, donating, calling my reps, all that good stuff. I know I don't talk about that kind of stuff very much on my channel, but it is important, and I am in tune as much as I can.
I also struggle with asking for help. Doubt we support you.
Oh, the puff. Thank you. Hey, if I do it, you have to do it, okay? If I can ask for help, so can y'all. Please. It's been so hard, but I think I just had to reach the point of, like, I had no choice. Which, don't be like that if you can. But no, I'm just kind of offline, and it's been really good for me to not be online right now. And just be in my world and really give it attention right now. Because I think this is gonna be the best news you all are ever gonna hear from me in an update. Unbelievable news. My therapist and I have had a complete breakthrough with Hawley era that I never thought was going to happen. 2 or 3 sessions ago, I had told my therapist that I didn't know what to do with Hawley era, to the point that I was about to just stop Persona Project at Parker. Because I was like, you know, I really just needed to heal my inner children. I didn't need anything else from this project. And like my adult selves don't even have that many episodes to begin with, so I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just end Persona Project at Parker, because I didn't want to deal with Hawley that bad. And my cat is here. He's gonna distract me. Come here. So I have a cat. His name is Indiana Jones. Legally it's Indiana Jones, but this is Bibby. We call him Bibby. Oh, he's being shy. This is my cat. He's been... I wish I could say he's been helpful, but he's not been helpful. Being horrible. My cat is also a special needs animal. He has anxiety and some health problems that make him quite angsty. So he has been causing me a little bit of trouble. He's being so sweet. He wants my chair, so I'm gonna have to switch my chair in a moment. Thank you, Anna. Yeah, I wish the US had a little bit better stuff too, but I don't think we're gonna be getting that anytime soon with the way things are going. Not an optimist in that department, unfortunately. I'm an optimist in other departments, so. Bibby's baby, Sachikoko. Everybody's so happy to see Bibby. See hello. Yes. Baby. I love this thing. This is my son. I birthed him. But Maddie, don't worry. I don't think the community will fall apart. I think we're a community no matter how much I post. My videos will always be up. No matter what. I don't think because I have an absence or I can't update or upload or stream or do anything as much as I want to, I don't think that'll make anybody fall apart. If you can hear him purring, good. I hope that you can, because he's a very loud purr. But yeah, my cat likes to steal my chair. So I'm gonna have to give it to him. That's what he's waiting on. He wants this. Luckily, I have another chair, but I have to wait for him to sit and get settled. I'm not even joking. We go through this like 3 times a day. Oh. So now I get to have my rocking chair, which is what I use to stim with. It's one of my favorite stims is rocking. So I have a rocking chair. But ugh. God. Sorry, transition out of here. Bibby is now happily in his favorite napping spot, which is whatever chair I'm sitting in, so he could steal it. But yeah, I basically had a breakthrough with Hawley era with my therapist. Because I was like, I just don't like that part of myself. I made dumb decisions because I was in college and I was just annoying and fake and I just wasn't myself and I just betrayed myself in so many ways. Like, I think a good example, I'm sorry, I'm so winded from getting up and moving a chair. I know it sounds pathetic, but I really am that weak. Yeah, Parker obviously wanted to be a boy, Hawley went back to being a girl. Everything I worked so hard to do in all my previous eras was just immediately undone by her. And it made it really hard for me to, like, want to talk about her or even, like, give her time to even try to talk at all because I was like, she's just so fake. And I started writing some of the episodes of Hawley to be like, well, maybe I'm just being harsh. Maybe I just don't understand who I was at the time. And I wasn't enjoying how any of those episodes were turning out. And I was like, wow, I just really don't even want to tell Hawley's story. It's a really important story because I think it'd be really cool for people to understand how I made 12 and like what went into making 12, but enough at the same time, I was just so, like, ashamed of myself for betraying myself and, like, masking so heavily, and just that I was just like, I don't even want to talk about it, you know? It's like going back to your most cringe parts of your life and being like, sure, millions of people can judge me for that, let's do it. Like, no one wants to do that. So I obviously had some resistance, and my therapist was working really hard on it, and once I started writing it out and I was like, I really can't do this, she was like, how are you personifying Hawley? And I was like, how I personify all the other eras. She's just how I acted. And she was like, are you sure? And I was like, yes. Like, I was like, not myself. And she was like, I think you've accidentally created Hawley era, the mask of Hawley era. You didn't actually create who you were. And she's right. The Hawley era I have in the design video is my mask. It's not actually who I was inside. But there was someone inside. And I haven't personified her yet. And that shit blew my mind so hard, because I was like, obviously, I'm Robin era now, genderqueer. Obviously, like, oh my god, thank
Hawley,
you so much.
I say this from the bottom of my heart. You are one of the strongest creators I know, and no matter what, we will support you.
Oh, thank you.
We love Yun so much, no matter what.
Thank you so much, Memento Mori. I'm sorry if I pronounce all of it. Memento Mori. Thank you so much. Oh, it's so sweet, dude. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that people think that I am strong, because I don't know how strong I feel in the moment, but it's encouraging to feel that I know you guys will be here no matter what. And like, that's one thing about community that I love. I love that no matter what, even if I can't work and things really truly do fall apart for me, I will always at least have some people who I could be like, I'll just have you guys to be here, even if you can't even financially support me. Just saying, hey, I'm here is so enough for me. Just listening to me is enough for me. Like, obviously supporting me financially is so helpful. I'm housed and fed right now because of all of you, and it's so good that I don't have to worry about that right now when I'm battling whether I'm going to live or die. It is really great to not have to worry about my fucking bills right now. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, I much more value people listening and having emotional support and solidarity as artists, or just fellow trauma survivors, people with disabilities, queer people, just however we relate, however you see yourself in my art, that matters more to me than anything. So thank you. It's a good pillar in my life to know that no matter what, we'll all be here.
You've helped me realize my own issues. Thank you.
You're welcome, the Puff. I hope so. That's why I share. But yeah, I had a breakthrough with Hawley in realizing that, yeah, in Robin's era, obviously I'm genderqueer, and I'm going back to figuring out my gender. I don't think that ever stopped. I think Hawley wanted to be a boy or wanted to be non-binary, but couldn't, and knew that for survival I had to be more feminine presenting. But I knew inside that I was fake, and that wasn't who I really was. So there is someone inside of Hawley that I have got to bring out, and it has changed the entirety of how I'm going to tell that era now, in a good way, because now I'm like, all these bad decisions I keep beating myself up over, holy crap, they were made through the power of my mask. They were made through survival, they were made through manipulation. Like, there were so many other factors being played into all of my things that I think I did wrong. And like, don't get me wrong, sometimes I did make hiccups and things, But that doesn't mean I didn't try to fix them or help or work on myself. You know what I mean? Like, but most of the time, the things that I am the most, like, worried about with Hawley's era were a product of me masking, and the real me inside was never okay with it. And I'm so glad about that, like, realizing that.
Comfort crab money.
Oh, thank you,
From a
Rabbit.
fellow disabled person, I understand you. I know you don't feel strong, but there's a lot of strengths that come with the reality of being disabled. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm gonna cry again. I very much appreciate it. Thank you, Memento. Yeah, I know you have been a supporter for a long, long time. I always love putting your username in the outros and stuff, because it's just, I think of the song, I think of there's a song that it reminds me of your username. But, yeah, so I think I'm doing a lot better with Persona Project than I ever thought I would during this time, because I've had obviously a lot of time to think, and I've had more time to write, and I've done a really great job just understanding Hawley a lot better, because before, the scripts were just so uncanny and hard and terrible to write, and half the time I'd be telling myself to the audience, like, God, this era is gonna be so hard to get through, God, I don't like this era, God, like, I was just so bitter. And now I have, like, this understanding of, like, no, I need to show the mask. Sure, yes, I need to show how badly I was masking. But also I need to show how I was feeling inside. Because I was feeling inside during Hawley's era, and I just never really showed that yet. Like, there was moments where I knew masking was getting me into a lot of trouble. Because I couldn't keep up with it anymore. And, like, I think that's important to share. I think it's important to recognize that, like, there was still me at the core of Hawley, and I wasn't just a mask. Because the way I was writing Hawley was nothing more than my worst mask I've ever put on. Like, the thickest, most horrible mask I could possibly put on to please everyone around me and bury my true authentic self as deep as possible. Which is why I didn't like her. But now that I understand that I didn't want that, and, like, I never have, who wants that? Who wants that, right? Now I actually have room in my heart to learn to love her. And I'm like, thank God, because I was this close to just giving up. Because I was like, I think it's normal to hate a part of yourself. And my therapist was like, no. So we just had to keep working and working. And it took almost 3 years for me to finally figure out what was wrong with Hawley era. And it was the fact that I was personifying her not correctly. So, just something, like, to think about if you're making eras, like, it's okay if you don't get it right from the get-go, because, like, obviously I was super wrong about Hawley. I feel kind of bad the way I've been portraying her and talking about her. I've kind of set her up for failure. When in reality, I was just the most heartbroken, struggling person inside. Like, to put in perspective, that era begins and my whole life begins all of a sudden. Like, all of a sudden, I have a car, I have a job, I'm going to college, I'm creating an animated series, I'm making online friends, I'm making IRL friends, I'm running around, I'm doing all of these different things, I have all these different different masks. At work, I'm hyper feminine, I always say yes, I do everything, I work extra, I blah blah blah, I'm the superstar employee. At home, I'm the superstar big sister, I take care of my brother, I take him to all of his appointments, I help him transition behind my parents' backs because they don't support him. I bury the fact that I'm probably trans myself and say, well, I can't be trans because my brother's trans. That doesn't happen. There's no such thing as trans siblings. And I just gaslight and bury myself so deep to please everyone around me to the point that I make really bad friends, let them do whatever they want to me because I'm too nice. And deep down, I knew I was hurting myself and just being just so awful to myself, because that's self-worth, and that was something I really had to learn during Hawley's era. Like, one of the most heartbreaking episodes I had to write for Hawley so far was that I had a really bad breakdown in the shower because I had to use soap. I was like bawling my eyes out because I was like, I don't deserve soap. Somebody else could have bought this soap and they deserve it more than me. That's who I was. That's sad. That's not something I need to be mad at or ashamed of. That's something that needs to be healed. You know what I mean? So, like, it's like, holy crap, like, no wonder why I acted the way I did, no wonder why I so heavily masked, because inside there was no self-worth, and I wonder why. I mean, look at my whole childhood. Who was exactly building me up? Who exactly was fostering a sense of self-worth for me? Outside of being perfect? No one. So yeah, exactly, Fizzy. I think Haley and Robin are thriving because they're the ones that woke up and said we can't do that masking thing anymore. But Hawley was too scared to stop. And, you know, Haley was the one that said breaking the cycle. Like, no, we're done. We're done masking. We're done choosing everyone else over ourselves. Like, I know it's gonna suck, but we have to. Yeah. Sometimes, like, it is really easy to be mean to, like, your younger selves, because you're just like, oh, they're so stupid, but of course they are, they haven't learned yet. Like, the whole reason why you are the way you are today is because you learned, and, like, not honoring them is, like, a disservice. So, like, longest story short, I got over my problems I had with Hawley era, and I've been doing really well with writing and just feeling better about how I want to portray that part of my life. And it's been interesting. Me and my therapist have been going back and forth about this as well. Honestly, I might include Hawley in my inner children ring. Which, I know Hawley is technically an adult, but the era does start when I turn 18. So, it's from 18 till I'm like 21. And to me, that era reads like a child. Because I wasn't raised by anyone. And I certainly wasn't ready to be an adult. Mentally, emotionally, physically, I was just gravely underprepared and still acted like a child. And still needed guidance, and I still needed outside help to do things. I mean, I'm autistic, I'm disabled, I obviously am going to need that for the rest of my life, but I don't think I really truly achieved adulthood until, like, Haley era took over and I started making more mature and sound decisions, not entirely based in emotional, irrational decision making, which was just very childish. And it's like, I knew I was an adult legally, but I don't think I was an adult yet maturity wise. So I am kind of I'm kind of labeling that as like a bit of like a age regression of, I did desperately try to cling on to whatever childhood I had left because I got robbed of so much of it during Hawley's era. And it's such a nuanced and complex era of just, I'm an adult and I'm empowered, but also I'm a child and everybody treats me like an idiot. Which I'm sure a lot of autistic people can relate. It was like, people wanted me so bad to move out of their house and just go be an adult, but oh no, come here, let me take care of you, and they emotionally manipulate you into thinking that you can't do anything without them, and it's a very confusing thing to be in, like, that trauma environment, and I was in it. So I really wanted to kind of explain a little bit deeper about the awkward transition of, like, being a teenager and being an adult, and how gets really disrupted when you're in an unstable household and have a very traumatic childhood. I feel like my growth was really stunted, so now I'm kind of looping Hawley in with the inner children. And the inner adults are definitely Hawley, or not Hawley. The inner adults are Haley and Robin. Because I don't foresee any of my errors turning to Hawley error and saying, I don't know how to solve this problem, Hawley, can you help me? She's turning to the inner adult saying, I don't know how to solve this problem, can you help me? So to me, I'm like, she's in the inner child circle. I don't have 3, I have 4. Even though one's technically legally an adult, I still count her as a child in my mind. Because I know where I was at. Honest to God, I've been thinking so much about this, but I'm like, I wish, like, people could be legally an adult at, like, 21 or 25 at this point, because I feel like 18 is way too young. And when you're in, like, a really horrible environment, let me tell you how much people will take 18-year-olds and just throw them to the streets, and they're just kids. Sometimes they're still in school. Like, I don't understand how you can be an adult but also still be in high school. That doesn't make sense to me, and like, so I've been really thinking just about how society is versus how it played out for me as a neurodivergent disabled person. And I'm like, yeah, this system did not work for me. Cause like, yeah. No, Maddie, exactly. I feel like this is reality for so many of us, where it's like, we're just in this awkward stasis of, I'm in school but I'm an adult. I'm an adult but I'm also a kid. I don't understand. Like, especially if you don't have a stable upbringing, you're not exactly prepared to go out there and just, I don't know, get a car loan. Like, it's just scary. So it's a very strange transition, but I hope I can portray it well enough with my very specific lens of my trauma history and my specific set of disabilities, and kind of explain, like, what happened. Because I'm not trying to make a defense case for all of the horrible random things that just went terribly wrong in my era when I was Hawley, but I'm trying to kind of explain, like, why the dominoes fell, and be like, can you see now why I acted the way I did? Instead of just being like, I hate her, why did she act like this? I'm like, no, do you understand now? Because I do. I see it now. I understand exactly why I had to present so femininely. I understand now why I tried to hold on to my family so desperately, even though they were evil. And I did so many things that were so uncomfortable for me, and I know why. It was all survival. Because no one taught me how to be an adult. But they wanted me to be. Yeah, aviation, exactly that too. I feel like that's just a really harmful thing, especially for neurodivergent people. That was really hard to have to act like an adult. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, yeah, Leaf, I agree. I feel like growth is just, it's personal to everyone. Some people might feel like they're ready to be an adult at 18, especially if they come from a sound, stable environment, sure. I didn't. It's like, it's so frustrating, and like, yeah, it's so strange, isn't it, Sachiko?
It was weird for me too.
Yeah.
I turned 18 in my senior year of high school, so I was technically an adult.
It's so bizarre, isn't it? Like, I don't know, I think society is just stuck the way it is, and I don't think it benefits a giant portion of us, and I'm just like over here like, well, at least for my life story, I'm gonna explain it the way that makes sense to me, and if nobody else gets that, whatever, because at this point, like, I'm already getting people who don't understand me, and like, I don't care anymore. If you don't get it, okay, that's fine, but like, there are plenty of people who do understand it, and they say, wow, I've never seen anybody articulate this exact very niche experience, thank you for sharing. Because, yeah, being neurodivergent is a very massive sliding scale, and it's a spectrum just as much as any other disability. It's just, it affects so much more than just the social aspect, I feel like it affects so much of your life. And for me, it was definitely my growth and my development mentally, for sure. It was very, very difficult thing for me. So I can't wait to delve more into it. I can't wait to actually learn about who I really was under the mask during that era, and like finally get around to sharing that side of Hawley, because like she deserves it, and I need to get around to apologizing for not really understanding her at first. And being mean. And just writing her off as like, oh, she sucks, and then just not working on it at all. So Persona Project continues to grow and change, and like it's so beautiful and awesome, and like I want to share everything that I learn at all times, because it's just so cool, and it's something that I've just made up, and like I'm learning along the way. So that was like one of the best, most euphoric moments I've had in a long time. My therapist and I were crying our eyes out. It was so beautiful, and I just finally realized, oh, I just designed her wrong. And it was suddenly that easy of a fix, instead of just giving up. It's great. Anna, I'm not entirely sure how to answer your question. Getting tested is a long process. I just saw a psychologist and a social worker about getting retested, because I got my tests done when I was a very young kid, and my parents obviously magically lost those records, so I don't have them anymore, but, I know it could be a long and expensive process, so I would definitely just kind of talk to your provider. Like, if you see a regular doctor, ask them first.
Similar to what I said under the Hawley design video, she needs the grace you give your inner children. She was trying to survive, just like they were.
Yes, the Wolfie Animator, thank you. Yeah, it's something that I finally have accepted. I knew I would eventually, but I didn't know how yet. But I do now, so. I knew it was gonna take me time with her. It took me time with Blackbird too. I had a really hard time with Blackbird for the first few years before I even started Persona Project, just trying to write her stuff out. Yeah, Leaf, I feel like we are always growing. I mean, obviously I think it's important to have a distinct, like, child and adult age. Like, I completely agree with that for safety reasons, obviously, yes, but when it comes to, like, your own growth and development, I feel like people should really listen more to that in-between of, like, 18, 19, 20. You know, listen a little bit more of, like, do you feel ready to move out? Do you feel ready to get a credit card? Do you feel ready to apply to college, you know? And instead of, like, assuming they're just an adult from the get-go, just kind of helping with the transition, because a lot of people use the number to kind of excuse their own abusive behavior and just throw these kids out into the world, and that's what I experienced. So I feel like there needs to be a little bit more of a societal shift in how people help kids transition into adults, instead of just assuming a number determines whether or not they're an adult. That's like my commentary on it. Like, oh man. Yeah, I could see from, like, all of the comments, it's just, it's a common experience. It's a very weird transition most people don't really know how to navigate or have had poor experience with. So that's an indicator to me that, like, we as a society need to fix something. Something could be a little better for us, especially us neurodivergent people. God. So yeah, all of that aside, luckily, that's been going really well. Persona Project has been going really freaking well, and that's why I'm just so upset about being a setback by my health so much, because I feel like I've made so many leaps and bounds with understanding myself. Oh, yo, someone got some merch.
Hi, Hawley. You know me. I've always been a big fan. I speak for a lot of your community in that we're so proud of you. Keep creating.
Dang, Fizzy, you bought the whole store! You just got the entire store. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Fizzy. Holy cow! I can't wait to see what you all got. I only get to see like one item on the stream. But I can't wait to see what you got. You're gonna be so dripped out. Holy cow. I love my shirts, man. They're like, they don't have tags and they're so soft. I was like, oh my god, I love my shirts so much. I wear them like every day. I'm just wearing my Digital Circus shirt because I have so many feelings about it. I won't get into it right away. It's just, it's okay. Your typo is okay. It's okay. I love typos. Genuinely. Oh my god, that was so cool. Oh my god, I can't wait to see what you got. I'm so excited. Oh gosh. But yeah, I'm so pissed off about not being able to work on Persona Project as much as I want to, because I'm like, damn, I'm really doing a good job. Like, I mean, shoot, freaking Hawley era, I like actually am like understanding right now. That's like, that's crazy. Like, never thought I'd reach that so quickly. Like, I was kind of assuming it would take all of Hawley's era for me to get to this point, but I'm happy I got there beforehand, because boy, I needed to get there beforehand. It's just, oh man, I'm so getting frustrated with my health, because I'm just like, my flesh prison is holding me back from this very important emotional and mental growth I want to achieve, and it's just freaking pissing me off, man, like, genuinely. So it's not that I'm just like sitting around being despaired, I'm just actively angry because I'm like, wow, this is so unfair that I'm reaching all these awesome points of enlightenment and like self-actualization and I can't even act on them because I'm too sick. Oh my god, it makes me so frustrated. So I'm just more frustrated than anything right now.
Is it too early to ask if you have a new design in mind for that part of your life? Or will it be that the current one is a disguise, like their current design is wearing a wig?
That is a really good question. Who? Anonymous. Okay, I was like, who asked that? Thank you for the tip. Thank you guys all so much for the support right now. It's gonna help me get through this procedure so much easier. I'm gonna need so much weird stuff. I don't know if you ever know about colonoscopies, but the diet is weird and annoying. I am probably gonna keep her design the same. Because it's based off of my persona at the time. It's a very personal design to me. I really love Polly's design. I don't think I'll be changing the design. I'll just be changing how I portray her. Because right now I have her being like very valley girl, like everything's fine, you know. She's like, OMG, like everything's so dramatic. But I don't really think I think that's the mask talking. I think the mask version of me is very hyper feminine and like girly and like cutie whatever, and then I think how I really am is like quiet and sad like Parker. I think it's a continuation of Parker but just varied. It's gonna be a really strange juxtaposition because I think I'm just gonna have it be like when she's like working at the tea room I used to work at and she's like, okay, have a good day, and then she turns around and she's like, I was miserable. I had to smile. But at home I was being abused. But at home I was blah 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 blah, and like she goes into a monologue of how she actually feels, and then it cuts back to her boss walking, and then she's just like, okay, yeah, I can stay an extra hour. And it's like, I didn't want to, but I did. And like just kind of like showing just how strong the mask really was, and showing that it was a mask to begin with, I think is going to be the most important goal I have for right now. I don't think the design is going to have to portray very much of that aspect. I think it'll just be like my tone will really tell the story, not so much the design. because I already built into Hawley's design that she has a permanent mask with being a cat. It's like the brown stripes, like kind of like a tabby on like the forehead is like the mask per se, and it's permanent. And it's not something that can be removed so easily like the superhero mask or the bangs over Wild Child's eyes or Parker's glasses. Like, it's way more permanent, and it's like a pattern on like her cat face. And I really love her design. I don't think I'm changing that. I just realized I didn't draw the rest of this. But it's a good question. I definitely did think about it at first, but I was like, I don't know how else I would want to portray Hawley era. I just really like the way I already have it, so that's how it's probably going to stay. But the way I'm going to write her is going to change drastically. It's not something you've seen yet. Sorry, I have to stand up. My circulation is really bad. I have to stand up very much when I'm working because I can't sit for long periods of time without all of my limbs going tingly and numb, and then I can barely stand. Oh, Sachi Coco, do I have any Digital Circus ships? I do. I could talk a little bit about Digital Circus. I don't want to talk about it too much. Mostly because I have a lot of strong feelings about it right now, and I don't think I'm in a majority. And I don't feel like putting down anybody else's, like, beliefs about the show, or, likes or interests about the show, or characters or whatever. I guess the one thing I can say that I've been doing to kind of pass the time is I've been making clay figures. I'm really good with clay. It's literally what I was drawing Parker doing earlier. But I've made some gloinks. I have like handfuls of gloinks right now that I've been making. These cute little, like, I don't know, I might turn them into fridge magnets. But I have like gloinks all around my desk now. I have like stars and like moons and little gloinks. I don't even think they come in moons, but I just thought it'd be cute. So I've made those. I've made like a little bubble. Because I'm just really cracked at making clay things, and so I've been having a lot of fun just making my own merch because I'm poor. And I just hit my leg on my desk. My legs are still asleep. It sucks so bad trying to get my circulation to come alive. But
Sees stream. Throws fries money at screen. Then proceeds to meme unseen. Or something.
Thank you, Tyler, for the prize monies. I appreciate it, dude. But yeah, Digital Circus ended, and I will talk about spoilers very briefly, so if you haven't seen it, I almost said plug your eyes and close your ears. Jesus Christ. Yeah, plug your eyes and close your ears. So, the finale to me was very disappointing. I had a lot of theories, of course. I was like on the theory side of the fandom. I'm a big shipper, but I ship crack ships. I will say my crack ship did come true, and I was freaking out because I have been a Bluetooth shipper from the get-go. And I always thought it was cute. One of my favorite tropes ever is just omnipotent being in the sky watching an ant admirably and going, oh, I love that little creature. That's my favorite little creature of all. And it's just such a freaking stupid, beloved trope of mine. And I was like, I love this stupid ship, and I was just so happy. That's about the most joy I got from it, though. Everything else, not too happy about. Very, very cool that we have trans rep in as big of a virals and media as Digital Circus. So happy about all the queer representation that made it through, no matter how difficult I'm sure that was to get through with my abstrategy, my main ship that I enjoy and have always adored. But I'm not happy with the show that promised me that this was going to be about the entire cast. And instead, they were only there as a purpose to make me feel sympathetic for an abuser. To say I'm upset is kind of an understatement. I understand Jax is very nuanced and complex, but I also don't like how the narrative centers around him to the point that no one else mattered in the end. Kinger and Kane didn't even share a single goddamn word after Kinger deleted him. Can you even comprehend that? Think about that. There's so many loose ends that they felt like they were building up. They didn't expand on any of these incredible ideas. There's so many things left so horribly vague to the point that the creator is now confirming things on Twitter, which, by the way, I'm sorry to say this, but you are not a good storyteller if you have to tell people about your story outside of the story. I'm just saying. Oh my. Oh my. And don't even get me started on Bubble, how they treated my boy. Nah. I ain't happy with this. It made me very upset that I walked into a boohoo please cry for Jax festival as if not so much a Jax fan. I was really hoping I would see a little bit more of my beloved characters like Kinger. I wanted to see more of Ragatha and Gangle and like Zubul. I wanted to see them gripe more with the realities, and instead I got thrown into more of a character that I thought was already getting too much screen time. I thought this show was gonna be centered around all of them. It seemed like that. It seemed like each episode was kind of dedicated to each character, and I was like, okay, this is great, you know? Like, I love a show that's not just centered around one main character. It's like they all kind of share the load. But that was the thing that I think they screwed up with the most. If they would have just come out and said at first that Jax was the main character and it was all about her, okay. Great. But they didn't. They made me think that this was not about him. And I use all pronouns for Jax, by the way. We don't have to get into that discussion. People are having a really hard time understanding queerness, and it is another reason why I'm not online. It just fucking frustrates me. But yeah, I think I'm in a majority, but also minority of saying that I know Jax is really complex, and I'm really glad we have this very amazingly nuanced trans character. I think that is just really, really, really important now more than ever with how viral Digital Circus is. I think it's just a really great thing to have. I just wish they would have made it more upfront that it was about him to begin with, so I wasn't let down so horribly in the end when everyone else got sidelined. It feels like all the other characters just exist to build him up on a pedestal and be like, look at her, isn't she lovely? No. I'm sorry. I'm not sympathizing with an abuser. I'm a trauma survivor myself. This is very... And I know that might not be what they're intending, but boy does it come across that way sometimes, man. Like, you gotta think about that.
It's called a justified crash out and you're getting 3 more seasons.
Thank you so much, Fizzy, for that reference. I know, Leaf. It sucks that the victim of the abuse got 3 lines in that whole finale. You know, I have so much I could say, and maybe that is the point, right? Maybe that is the point of, like, you're supposed to be angry, you're supposed to be like, this sucks, you know? Like, maybe this was the whole point, right? And I know that that might not be their intention, is to kind of glaze this person for being like, oh, but they had such a bad past, and oh, they're so complex, but that feels like an excuse rather than an explanation. And it's nice to get inside of the mind of somebody who's so twisted and messed up, and like, it's nice to be able to kind of understand where like that person's coming from, because like, obviously I've had plenty of abusers in my life, and I would love to understand what the hell was going through their minds when they did what they did. But enough at the same time, it's just, it also just frustrates me how much attention they give, to the point that I'm like, are you gardening? Are you just trying to make me feel bad, or what? Like, what are you trying to make me feel? Angry? Because it's working. I don't know what I think the problem with the writing for me is I don't understand what they wanted from the audience. Did they want sympathy, or did they want understanding? Or did they want something else? Did they want me to be mad? Like, I feel like I was just kind of baited and lied to about the show, like, who the show was about, and then not really given a clear what am I supposed to take from this? Like, what? Sit down and really think about that finale. What are you supposed to take from that? I guess if you wanted to take it in a hopeful light that, hey, if somebody is feeling bad enough they want to take their own life, maybe they should talk. You should talk to them. You should reach out to them.
It probably needs 13 episodes for that reason.
Amen, Tyler. I would have been happy with a few more episodes to just wrap up some of the other characters and make it feel a little more uniform. And it's just like, Fake Creations, amen. I did enjoy Kane's ending a lot more because it made him, he could have had all the freedom, he could have left it all behind, but instead he came back and he was accountable, and that is what is the difference between those two. He still returned and trapped himself in that circus with them and gave them a better life, regardless, because he knew what he did was wrong, and he had accountability. And, like, I get that he's meant to be a foil, but that feels like at this point that's all Kane ever was. He wasn't his own character, he's just a foil for Jax. Everything was for Jax. And I feel so betrayed. Because this was a big fixation for me, and I've been honestly dealing with a lot of stress from this, because, like, I don't know, man, when I'm autistic about something, it takes over my life, and it makes me so upset when I'm like, that's how it ended? I've spent hours writing my own theories and making PowerPoints and being like, oh, I think that da-da-da-da, and it's just, I get no answers to anything I was hoping for. I got a couple of ships. No way. But, like, nah, I was just disappointed. As, like, a big supporter of this show from the pilot and just solidarity in indie animation, it just makes me frustrated. And, I mean, it's great because I'm feeling frustrated, which means that I'm now motivated as another creator to do something differently. And to make sure that when I have I believe it's called an omnipotent cast, when you have multiple people who are centered in the story, like Wander is going to be a big example of that. I'm going to make sure that I do a much better job at not singling out a single character just because they're my self-insert. I'm going to do a much better job of making sure that if I have a main character, you know it's the main character and everybody else's supporting cast. And it's not, oh, this is the main cast and expect everything to have beautiful, clean endings. And man, you know, I do love that when stories have open endings and stuff so you can, like, theorize forever, and it's a nice ending for me because I get to just make up whatever I want, and I like that, but there was too many loose ends at this point that I was like, this isn't even fun. This is just robbery. So, longest tangent short, I love the show so much, and I still really love the finale. The music was so beautiful. I have extreme feelings about the Stevie Wonder cover. I don't think they should have had a white person or not person of color cover that personally, because that song was really important to that creator, and, like, it's about his daughter, and, like, I don't think that was appropriate personally. I did not realize it was a cover until afterwards, because then I realized that, oh yeah, it was theatrical, and I was like, oh, so they took a person of color song. Oh, I don't know about all that. So there's definitely some controversial things that have happened in the show, outside of the show, with voice actors, with the creator, with everything, and it's a freaking drama fest that I am not a part of anymore. Oh, it's an Asian VA? Okay, I wasn't sure. You know, that's another thing circulating around, misinformation. So thank you for that. Thank you for clarifying. But still, it was just like a... I don't know about some of the choices they made with that song specifically too. Like, I don't know what the intention was with that. If it was rage bait, like, were they just trying to like make you angry? Cause like, no, Jax was not lovely. Yeah, it was so beautiful, and the animators did such a good job, and the voice actors with the very few lines they got, but outside of Michael, they did a good job, as per usual. I love Ribbit. Ribbit is such a me character. I absolutely love Ribbit's energy. I'm very glad we got some flashbacks of Ribbit. I thought that was freaking awesome. Kaufman was so fucking funny, dude. I love how he's just some guy. Like, the humor was on brand for when it did have humorous moments. Like, I absolutely love the slapstick cartoon thing of, like, Supple being like, you killed the only person I loved! And, like, that made me crack up. I was like, nah, this is Digital Circus. But that was the only few moments I felt like it was actually Digital Circus, and everything else felt not the same to me. Like, it just felt out of character. So I was just like, yeah, I enjoy it, but I think I need a break from it all, because there's so constantly much going on with this fandom, and just so much going on with, like, everything. So I'm just, like, exhausted by this fixation, and I'm kind of just trying to let it ease off, because unfortunately for me, fixations are really, really long, and trying to, like, stop one for me is painful. I enjoyed it. I don't want anybody to ever, I don't ever want to, like, seem like I'm, like, dogging on it, right? Like, I watched that show every night to fall asleep for 3 years straight, man. I have watched this show more than fucking anybody. And I've supported this show so adamantly, just out of my way, just doing everything I can, because, like, this is, like, big for us animators, you know what I mean? Like, this is huge. But they have made some choices recently that I didn't agree with, and I have got to hold them to a standard that I hold myself. Think about it this way, if 12 got big enough and I was gonna do my finale, which was also an hour long, it was a movie-length premiere, it could have been, I wouldn't put it in the theaters if it was gonna jeopardize some of the fans from having accessibility, and it was gonna jeopardize some of the fans from not accessing it at the same time as everyone else, aka spoilers. That was when shit started to get really bad for me, is when they announced that they were gonna do an early release in the theaters. I was like, ah, so we're sacrificing the fans for fame, or money, or glory, whatever you're seeking. To me, that is when things went downhill with the glitch for me and the Digital Circus, and I still was here to support the end, but the end also just, I can't help but to feel gravely disappointed. So, it's been a sad time. I was really looking forward to that, and I've just been kind of in a state of, oh, I only got to hear Kinger say, like, 2 things. That sucks. That's the last things I'll ever hear from that character. I only got to hear Gangle, and she was crying the whole episode. I didn't even get to hear her have any happy moments. You know, like, there's, like, this immense loss of, they deserve so much more. And I know they're just characters, but to me, they're never just characters. It sucks, you know, like, there's, like, this big weight of, oh, man, because that purple rabbit sure deserved more, right? Okay. And it's just, now all we have now is fan-made things. And that's great, and I'm really glad, because I love supporting the fan-made projects, and I love supporting the songs, and everything that everybody makes is just so fucking incredible. And I'm so glad that the fandom is kind of taking it in stride and doing their own thing, which I appreciate. Yeah, Berry Blue. I'm obviously, like, I have my own merch. Like, I just make my own stuff now. That's why I have, like, my little gloinks scattered around my room, because I'm just, like, I love the gather the gloinks, so I have my own gather the gloinks in my room. And, like, I have my own ways of, like, connecting to the show, and, like, and I've always been that way with fandoms, so. All of this aside, obviously, big rant, done. I love the show more than anything, and that's why I criticize it heavily. If I didn't care, I wouldn't criticize it. But I do care, and I really wanted it to do better, because it deserves a lot. A lot of recognition and love. And I think the entire show up until the finale was fucking phenomenal, and so expertly executed, and voice acted, and animated, and just... it was beautiful. Like, it was the most amazing show I've ever seen to come out of something on YouTube. It is so professional and lovely, and just, I think it is a great start to everything that small artists like us could ever dream of. And now it's paving a good path for us to do more and better in the future. And it's a love letter to making a show that's character-oriented and not showing as well as not telling at the same time. There's so many elements of Digital Circus I think are so important. The queer representation, the mental health representation. Beautiful. Just, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm allowed to be disappointed though, and I'm allowed to criticize it. And I think as a fellow creator, my criticizing is important, because as I want to make shows myself, I want to learn from those around me, and I want to take inspiration from the things that I like and learn from the things that I don't like. So now I have learned, okay, when I write Wander, it's going to be very clear, Milo is the main character. There are other side characters, and they're going to have full stories, you're going to have full closure with everything about them, but Milo and Finn are the main characters. Milo being the main character, Finn being the second main character. All the other characters are supporting characters, but that doesn't mean they're just solely existing to build up the one character I care about, because I care about all of them equally. None of them are self-insert. Each one of them is a tiny little sprinkle of me. Milo's OCD, like me. Finn is trans-mask, like me. Quinny is autistic, like me. Allie is non-binary and struggles with gender expression like me. Kitty is a lesbian and has faced immense great loss of, like, her parent like me. Who else? How else? Oh my god, Lance? Lance is the shy, misunderstood, autism-coded character undiagnosed like me. Bisexual, in the middle of you have to choose one thing or another, because for a short period of time I did identify as bisexual, and that was horrible, by the way, only because of how people treat you. It's great. We're gonna go all into this bi-erasure with Lance, and just, oh my god, I put myself so much into Wes too. Even though she's trans femme, she is the more bubbly, fun, unmasked side of me, because she spent most of her life masked and now she's just happy and free. Like, there's so many things about these characters that I already love and put so much of myself into and so much thought into that I can't imagine sidelining them for just one character. I couldn't do it. It's like betraying myself. I can't do that to anybody, let alone my characters and the people who identify with them. So that's one thing you can count on for me as a creator. I'm not gonna let you down like that. I'm not. I hope at least in 12, and like my 10-year-old ass, decade-old story, you still at least feel some closure for each character. I hope I've done a better job than at least with what just happened with Digital Circus. I hope you can at least trust me in the way that I do understand how people identify with characters, and I care so much about how people get that representation, because it's more than just, oh, I see myself in this character. You really truly are that character, and if that character doesn't get a closure or an ending, or gets 3 lines in an hour and 30-minute long goddamn movie theater showing, what does that say about you? Like, you feel hurt. You feel silenced. You feel sidelined. You know? That's what's the big thing that makes me so upset about all this. Because characters to us are more than just characters. They're little pieces of us, or they are whole pieces of us. People who have DID and, like, have, like, fiction can understand this deeply. Because of my dissociative identity, I have a few traits of this, where I have some characters that I heavily identify with. And just, a lot of autistic people, neurodivergent people also get this a lot, where they're like, this is me for real. But, man, I can promise you that characters here will always have a sound ending and will never be treated as less, even as a side character. Because every character is important to me, because characters are the story. Like, you can have a really great world. Imagine Digital Circus if it was just the circus with no characters. It's an amazing place, but what really makes it is the people in it. So, characters are really important to me. And I've learned a great lesson from Digital Circus that I'll carry with me now as an artist and a creator throughout my life, in a great lesson in being very clear about who your story is about, and being even more upfront about their identities. Because I feel like Jax being trans was on the nose if you are trans and you understand that. Because I could see it miles away. The moment the maid dress thing happened, I was like, she's trans. Holy shit. But if you're not trans, you might not pick up on that. And sometimes you might need to make it a little more obvious for those who aren't queer and welcome them into that curiosity instead of leaving them in the dark. So I'm learning a lot about, because I am gonna have an entire cast of queer characters, with Wander specifically, so I have learned a great deal of, we're going to be upfront about a lot of things, and it's going to be in your face because there's nobody censoring you when you're an indie animation studio. I don't know what that's all about. Oh, censorship. What are you talking about? I don't know what that means. My whole Persona project has, I can give you a list of the episodes that have been censored. It'll blow your mind. What has been censored and what hasn't been. Oh, Hayden, thank you so much.
I definitely trust your storytelling 1000%. There was a time I was worried I had built up wonder too much in my head for it to ever live to my expectation.
Oh.
But genuinely, from the bits I've seen, you've already surpassed that.
Oh, Hayden, you have no idea. It's just getting better by the day, because when I'm sitting in my bed and I'm like sick and I don't feel good, I am in my head and I am dreaming. And it is always just scheming up little things for Wander. Like, the other day I came up with the name for Milo's grandparents, and it's Gorpa and Gorma. Silly shit. Like, I am constantly on the brain just being like, oh my god, he calls his grandparents Gorma and Gormpa, because it's just like such a silly, like, fantasy world, like, version. Like, oh man, dude. Like, but what I was saying about YouTube and, like, censorship, like, the other video, like, the other day, one of my videos got labeled as made for kids, and it was Starlight. You wanna know what happens in the first 3 seconds of Starlight? A content warning that says alcoholism and abuse. Huh? I immediately repealed that within 15 minutes, and they're like, oh, haha, yeah, our AI was wrong, and I was like, no shit. But it's incredible. Like, YouTube will allow so much stuff. Like, put this in perspective. The episode Chase, monetized. No problem. No problem at all. The episode where I talk about being trans, monetized. No problem at all. I am completely point blank telling you I am trans to the screen. No problem at all. We're Gucci. But obviously there's some where it's like, hey, you're talking about suicide. Nope. And I'm like, that makes sense. And then I put a fundraiser on it, so I'm like, well, at least we can raise some money in the meantime. And I understand which ones are probably gonna get demonetized, but demonetized isn't censorship. Demonetized means you're not making money. And that means that advertisers don't feel comfortable advertising on your content. That's not censorship. Censorship is, you can't have this at all, or you can't upload this at all. There's no censorship on what you can say. It's about the money. Okay? I just really want you all to understand that aspect of things, of what gets flagged on my channel is when I go into the really heavy topics, or I go into things where like the episode You Killed Him. Oh yeah, that's not monetized. No way. And I don't blame them. What advertiser is like, yeah, let's just get this whole like murder story and then let me throw some paper towel ads at you. Like, I'm sure they don't feel comfortable with that. I don't feel comfortable with that. So like, that's not censorship though. I still made it and it's still out there and I got my catharsis and I got it off my chest and I'm not censored. The only thing I might censor is some words here and there so I can actually get the monetization to help support me to be alive as a disabled artist. But at the same time, I'm willing to sacrifice some monetization here and there because I need to say what I need to say, man. And I will. And like, people are scared of that. And like, that's the thing that frustrates me the most is like, the censorship that Glitch is talking about, I don't really understand where that is outside of YouTube. Sure, there are countries with censorship, sure, outside of YouTube, but on YouTube? No. They're worried about monetization. And I think they're a little big and can maybe find a workaround, but I do think that they could have at least said that Jax is trans on screen and it would not have been that big of a problem. They talked about Ribbit being a Mormon, for God's sake. But we couldn't say that Jax was trans? I don't know, I think that would have helped a lot. I think the back and forth would have been a little more clear, you know what I mean? Yeah, so just know here, in Wander, they will look at the screen and tell you who they are. Because there is not that censorship, I don't know what they're talking about. I'd rather be demonetized. If it comes down to it. Which, honestly, good luck YouTube if you demonetize me over me saying my character is trans. I don't think that's ever gonna go over well.
Just imagine, you killed him. How dare you? You're a monster. This short was brought to you by Oak Farms. Got milk?
No, seriously, Tyler, no. See, that's what I'm worried about. No, that's what I'm worried about is, like, I sometimes, like, the thing with YouTube Shorts, I will say this. You get automatic monetization. You can't turn it off. It's really annoying. So for the ones that I can't turn off, that's when I put on fundraisers and stuff because I'm like, I don't feel comfy with that. It feels really weird. But some shorts just like get monetized for a little bit and then they go, oh wait, this doesn't meet our standards, and then they cut it off, which is fine. Because, man, I really don't want there to be some really deep and meaningful thing happening in my life and then you swipe and then it's like some silly ass buy our pizza. What the hell? How dystopian, man. How dystopian. Like, I'd much rather you swipe up and you get a cute cat video next to cope. Like, good Lord of mercy. Like, I don't, God. So yeah, I don't know. Like, trust on my channel. It'll be a different experience here, in time once I finally get better. If I get better. I mean, that sucks that I have to say that, but there might be a reality where I don't. I'm still gonna make stuff, it's just gonna be really slow. And I'm never gonna worry about this censorship everyone else is so worried about.
The problem in Tadk is the Chekhov's gun rule. The rule is basically no detail left behind. If you say there's a mask on the wall, it better get worn at some point. Also, miss your live stream smiles.
I've missed you too, Austin. It's really good to see you. Thank you for the dono. And the very good point. Yes. No, you're absolutely right with no detail left behind. I think Brightside's a really good story that I've done where I've followed that rule to a T. We have covered every single little strand of every little thing we've ever done in Brightside gets concluded by the end, and it's beautiful. all my D&D campaigns are like that. We just wrap everything up in a nice bow every time, and like that's the thing in the background. I'm always playing D&D, and I'm always learning more about storytelling and group collaboration and characters, and I'm never not doing something creative, and I'm always adding on to my skill as a writer and storyteller, and it's just like, yeah, I agree completely, Austin, that like some details can be left behind or open to interpretation, but this was a case of the entire story being left undone for the sake of a character that didn't deserve it. So... oh god, you guys are so funny. Oh, the hated spamton. This uncomfortable video has been hashtag sponsored by Comfort Crab. God. But yeah, outside of all the digital circus nonsense, has just been me with my health, and whew, it's been a rough ride. To say that I don't also have my fixation now at my side is real rough.
I've recently felt like what I make doesn't matter if people aren't excited over it. I think you helped me realize I need to start making for myself.
Yes, the puff, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for the dono. I think I realized this around Origins. I was making Origins and I never wanted to make Origins. 12 was a complete story where it was at, and I was very happy with it. And I was like, I left it open-ended so I could tell Imp's story in a separate series, and that was my intention. But I felt so pressured to make stuff that people were just so excited about at the time, and I ended up starting something I knew I couldn't finish. And that's why Origins is so all over the place and such a train wreck, and it's like, oh, there's like 500, like, oh, I rebooted it, and now there's this and that, you have to go over here, oh, it doesn't make any sense, and it's hard to follow, and there's 2 different versions now, and make stuff for you. Because if you sacrifice making stuff for other people, you're not going to be happy, and you're probably not going to see the end of it. At least I've learned that. I made 12 for me. That's why I love it so much. I made Brightside for me. I'm making Persona Project for me. If it helps other people along the way and they're excited, great. But it should never be making stuff for other people. That's called a commission. You could make commissions if you want, but I think you should be more than a commission artist. It's good to have that support every now and then, but you should intentionally be a commission artist if that's what you want. Otherwise, make stuff for you. Oh, I have so many comfort crabs, like, hidden around my room. It's actually so fun. I love my comfort crabs. They're so cute. Oh yeah, Spider's webcam. I don't think people are gonna ask. If they ask for more, it's not something I can generate. It's my past. It's over. I've already told you everything. Like, there's nothing more I can do. Like, it should be a little more self-explanatory than, like, a cartoon that could be kind of endlessly pulled out of your brain. But for, like, a story of someone's life, that's my life, and that's it. I don't have much else to share outside of that. I have some bonus episodes I have planned of things that I forgot to talk about, or things that I was like, oh yeah, that happened, I should talk about that. I never put that in Persona Project for some reason. That I'll make some bonus episodes for, but like, I have a couple Wild Child episodes and like Blackbird episodes so far that were cut that I was like, oh, I don't need to tell this right now. But other than that, I don't plan on making more Persona Project until I have another era complete and I want to catch up on what I've been up to. And say, hey, here's my new era, here's what happened. That would probably be the only continuation we're getting. Oh, I'm so glad I can inspire people, dude. It's nice. I know I'm at my absolute worst and I look like garbage and I'm crying and I'm a mess and I am sick and tired beyond imagination, but it's nice that even in my absolute worst, I can still help people. Like, that gives me a good sense of purpose. That's why I decided to stream. I was like, I don't feel like streaming, but I was like, I should. Because I know in the next 2 weeks I'm not going to be able to, and I haven't been able to all last month, and I've missed talking to people, and I miss being a person. Like, I just want to feel like a person who can talk and draw and have dreams and, like, characters, and I'm not just a vessel for pain. Because, man, being in pain so much really just... it really wears you down. It really makes you forget what life is really about. Yeah, but all of my updates aside, I mean, I'm still gonna work on Persona Project as much as I can. It's just, we're kind of holding our breaths right now. We're holding our breaths because we don't know what my diagnosis is going to be, if I'm gonna get one. If I get one, that's the best outcome, because then I can get help that I really need. If I don't get a diagnosis like the last time, which was really annoying, I don't know what's gonna happen to me. Because that means that I'm sick and I'm not doing well and no one knows why. And then I'm just back at episode 7 of Persona Project and I'm a medical mystery. And that's not where I want to be. So, I'm currently putting up this giant fight for answers because I'm tired of being in episode 7 of Persona Project, and I just want to know what's going on with me so I can get help, so I can be better, so I can tell my story, so I can live my life. You know how boring summer is when you can't go outside and everybody else is having fun and going to Pride Fest, and this is the one year you can't go, and Art Fight's about to start, and there's 3 teams this year, but you can't join because you can't sit down long enough to even draw your life story that's so important to you, let alone, like, art for fun, God forbid. It's sad and isolating and frustrating and just miserable. But it's hopefully temporary. I don't like my 2 outcomes right now, because that first outcome is, okay, I get my diagnosis and then I get help, but that means I have to ask for help, which sucks. And then my second outcome is, I don't get the diagnosis and then I don't get help. So, I don't win either way. I am hoping for a diagnosis. I would like my diagnosis on paper, please. God. But yeah, I'll open the floor. If you guys have any just questions about anything I talked about or anything I didn't talk about that you're curious about, that's within my realm of boundaries that I'm okay with answering, feel free. But... oh, Spider's Webcap, you get it. It's so, like... it's boring. It's boring being like, I'm stuck in bed. And the world is outside and I don't get to see the sky every day. People take that for granted. It sucks. I really wanted to do Art Fight this year. I just can't. And it sucks. Because I did like 100 pieces last year and I was like having so much fun, learning so much about how people draw their characters, and like... this year I just get to watch. It makes you feel like an old, like, elderly, wise grandparent watching watching generations of your family go and enjoy their lives while you just know you're deteriorating and know that they're busy. It's like, it's such like a distant, sad feeling sometimes. I'm grateful that I get to rest so much and that I get so much peace, but I just, yeah. It sucks. Like, I'm very grateful I have the ability to rest and work on my health so much, but it's also just really quiet. Just me and my cat. It's like, ugh. That's why I like live streaming. It makes me feel a little less alone. So, thank you all for being here. Is Parker a valet? No, Parker's terrified of driving. Parker wouldn't be the valet driver. Parker would ask for valets so he wouldn't have to park his car. Parking my car is the only thing I messed up on with my driver's test, by the way. I parallel parked better than I regular parked, and I got points taken off for how badly I parked in a regular parking spot. It's so funny. Boy can parallel park, but can't park in a normal parking space. It's so funny. I'm like, okay, I don't know how that happened. Something in my dyslexic brain was different. Oh, Fizzy, yeah, I know. Art Fight it's so fun, but it's so hard to keep up with. Cosmic Canvas, thank you.
Hi, Hawley. I love that little song you sing sometimes in your streams that goes like it's beginning everywhere you go. It's so whimsical and joyful.
Oh, thank you. The little song that I sing sometimes. Oh, it's beginning everywhere you go. Yeah, it's beginning. Oh my god. That's such a great reference. I love that video. That video was so stupid. I want to make more stupid videos like that. I'm so funny and whimsical inside, and only my close friends really get to see it anymore. It sucks. I'm so freaking hilarious. But I'm just so sad and tired and sick that I can't really express it that often. It sucks. I love the Origins freaking YouTube poop I made. I'm making a freaking Digital Circus YouTube poop right now. It's the funniest thing I've ever made in my life, and I want to share it so bad. I'm not even done with it because I can't get through it. I'm just too sick, and it sucks. I'm like such a happy, fun, and whimsical and joyful person. I'm wild child inside, but I'm buried under like layers and layers of stuff, and it's just trying to break her out is really hard right now. But she's there. Parallel Parker, that's so funny. Yeah, that's Parker when he goes to eep. He's Parallel Parker. Tyler's seen a peek of my freaking YouTube poop. It's so freaking funny. I'd show it on stream if I had a means to, but I just don't right now. It's so funny. I'm like a huge YouTube poop fan. Some people think that's like shocking about me.
I have to get this in real quick, but I am truly grateful that I became a part of this community.
Aww.
It got me to try out writing and storytelling. I truly hope that you can get through this tumultuous time in your life.
Oh.
Much friendship love to you, Hawley. People hugging emoji.
People hugging emoji. Oh my god, Crash. I love the word tumultuous. That is such a big and fun and beautiful word to explain what's going on. Like, I'm so glad you can do writing and storytelling, dude. I know it's such a great outlet for so many of us, but you have some really great characters and stories too. Ugh. Man, you guys are so inspiring. I really appreciate you all being here today. I know it's just kind of random. I was like, you know what, we're talking now. And that's just kind of how my YouTube's gonna be for a while. It's just gonna be, oh, I feel well enough? Okay, let's sneak in a stream. Or I feel well enough? Alright, long form video time. But right now, I don't have plans on consistently uploading long form videos. I don't have plans to consistently upload or live stream, I mean. My plans right now are kind of just survive as best I can, and then let you guys know what happens after my procedure in the first week of July, and figure out what we're gonna do from there. Because the best outcome is I get help, you know, I get my diagnosis, I get medication, and I get better, and I get my life back, and I can actually go at the speed I want to go. And I can do more fun things and be more myself and spend less time having to basically hide and nurture my wounds instead, and I can just go out and be a person and not have to worry about calculating everything so precisely, like every spoon of mine matters so preciously and so dearly. Most days I have to dedicate to doing one chore, and that's it. It's like, can I get up and cook for myself? Yes or no? And so once I don't have that to worry about, hopefully, my life will get so much better, which means I can actually be present and work so much more on what I actually care about, which is my art and being here and being inspired by you all. Yeah.
Getting a diagnosis is so weird. On one hand it's validating, but on the other it's like, well poop, I actually have this and it affects me.
Yeah, I get it, Austin. Thank you for the dono again. No, I'm wanting it badly though, because it's going to lead to help. Like, I'm over the, I'm like over the daunting, I'll deal with this for the rest of my life. The dealing with it for the rest of my life won't be so scary when I have the help I need. Desperately. You know what I mean? So once I get the help, I'll be in a better spot. If I don't get the diagnosis, I really truly am just going to be back at square one, and I'm going to be going to specialists trying to figure out what's wrong, and it's just exhausting. I just rather would get the diagnosis that I've been thinking I have and go, thank God, and then just get the help. So, oh man, this soundtrack is so nostalgic. Thank you, Voidolent. Yeah, thank you guys. It should turn out fine. I'm more than prepared to go through with everything. This time will be a lot easier. The doctors are working really closely with me on making this a lot less painful than last time. And I'm just really hoping for the best. And if it's not the best, I mean, you'll know about it and we'll figure something out. I'm not gonna leave anything undone, that's for sure. If I end up having to take a really long break from my channel, I'll at least try to get to some kind of conclusion. Or a very clear-cut pause, or like, I don't know, I'm never just gonna like vanish unless something really bad happens. I'm going to at least say, hey, here's what's going on. Cause like, I don't know, I've had plenty of YouTubers in my life who have just vanished. And I just wonder about them every day. And that's not fair. So I will never do that. In the worst case scenario, I will still find someone to message the PetPyves community and let them know what's going on. So that way nobody's left questioning or worrying, or nothing's left undone. Do I have a favorite video game? Oh, right now I'm playing a ton of Minecraft because I just did the sulfur update. The Chaos Cubed update just came out, so I've been playing a ton of Minecraft. Last night, I was trying to get charged creepers to blow up mob heads, because I thought those were, like, really hard to get, and I was so right. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon. I love Pokemon. Any Pokemon. Right now, I'm replaying Scarlet and Violet with someone who's never played it before. It's really funny. It's so bad. That game's so glitched out and awful. So buggy and awful. But it's so funny because of it. And Cassette Beasts. Cassette Beasts has been a really fun game. If you like Pokemon, you'll love Cassette Beasts because it's everything you wish Pokemon was, man. And Cassette Beasts just got announced that they're making a second game, so now's a really good time to play the first. It's fun, 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 fun. Can't recommend Cassette Beasts enough. Such an underrated game. So much fun. The developers actually helped out with Stardew Valley, making it multiplayer and stuff. So like, it's a big indie game, like, family thing that I love that game. So good. Soundtrack, elite. Characters, peak. Shiny hunting on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Nugget is peak, bro. It's so peak in that game, actually. Like, I was shiny hunting yesterday for a Drifblim. Because Drifblim's one of my favorite Pokemon. Oh, man. Yeah, I've also been playing Paralives because I used to be a big Sims fan, but boycott EA. Please boycott EA. Don't play their games unless you already own them, you know. Don't buy any new games from EA. I haven't even been playing them because I just don't want to support them. I don't want to set the example to all of you that I'm okay with what EA and The Sims is doing right now, because The Sims is being extremely anti-consumer and predatory, and EA is obviously being sold out to a government that has human rights violations and just does not like gay people, so I can't support them. So boycotting them and playing Paralives is my thing right now.
I adore Stardew Valley. Concerned Ape seems chill too.
Yes, the puff. I love Stardew Valley as well. I had a big phase with that this winter. But yeah, no, Paralyzed has been great. If you don't know about it, it's made by a small indie team in Canada, and it is finally a Sims competitor. And I'm really, really enjoying it. The art style is beautiful. It's so unique. It's different than your regular life simulation game. It's got a little bit of an RPG aspect to it, and I like it. It's really good. It's really fun. Right now it's in the early access stage, so I've been helping out with bugs and sending bug reports and stuff. Paralyzed has been wonderful. Just building with it's been wonderful. The character creator is wonderful. I tried to make all my eras and I could for the most part, and it's only in early access, and I was like, wow, this is only gonna get better. It's a really cool game to support. I'm really happy with it. Yeah, those have been my games. I've been reading a lot of audiobooks. This month I've been reading a book a week from the LGBTQ section of my library. I finally got around to reading a book called They Both Die at the End, which is like a queer rite of passage in like the LGBT topic in the library. That book tore my soul out and fed it back to me. I cried so hard. It was so horrible and so good. It was so good. Oh man. And then I also read a book about a trans girl, and it was called, I think it's called This Is How It Always Is, or This Is How It Always Was. Such a beautiful and deep book from an interesting perspective that I never had thought about before. And right now I'm reading The Astral Library. Just started that one. So I'm kind of tearing through books right now, audiobooks while I lay in bed, and it's been nice. I've been really enjoying just kind of escaping into worlds. Oh, Cosmic!
Hey Hawley.
Yes!
You like EDM at all? If so, what kind?
Yes, Cosmic Campus. Yes, I love EDM. My brother goes to like the big EDM festivals with his boyfriend like all the time. I love EDM. I don't really know what it is considered that at this point, but I do know a lot of artists that I consider EDM. I don't know what other category they would be in. I love Zomb. Zomb's one that I really like. Holy crap, Zomb's music is so unique and I love it.
Have you watched /Read Project Hail Mary? It's my fave.
I have not, Austin, no. I'll have to put it on my list though. I've heard it many times, so I'm gonna have to add it now. But no, back to Cosmic Canvas. I love Femitinol. I love F&M, or Feminem, that's what it's called. Feminem, yes. A lot of the trans femme creators just make really good EDM music. I don't know what to tell y'all. They're just so good. I love Free 99. Holy crap, I love so much of that music. It's so good. Yeah, I like all kinds of music, but like I think it really shocks people when I'm just like, yeah, no, I listen to this everything, like regularly, like every genre. It's so good. I listen to Mystery Skulls, Coco. I already have a bunch of their music. I associate Mystery Skulls a lot with 12. I listened to a ton of it during 12's creation. Also, Stella Wayne, if they told me Jax was the main character off screen and not in the show, that's not good storytelling. That's not actually telling. I don't have a Twitter. How am I supposed to know that? So, to me, they never told me that. That's just my opinion. Ooh, The Cure to Drowning. It's about an envy person. Oh, that sounds really good. The Cure to Drowning. So I have Project Hail Mary and The Cure to Drowning, so I have 2 book recs. That's great. Yes, no hated locks, especially in music. Holy crap, where would we be without trans women and their beautiful, life-changing music, like Underscore's oh my god, Underscore's music. Dude, where would we be? Where would we be? I love it. I love it so much. Oh yeah, I've heard a lot about Cold of the Lamb. I just don't think I can handle the kind of the more grotesque themes in that game. I know it's cute, but I'm like, eh.
Do you have any good books that don't have spice?
Fae Creations? That's a tough one. A lot of the books I have been reading lately, unfortunately, like, especially in the queer category, spice is, like, horrible. It's just everywhere. And, like, I'm aro-ace, and it just makes me really uncomfortable. I'm very repulsed by that. I have yet to come across something that I feel entirely comfortable with. If I find one, I'll let you know, but lately I have not come across books where I'm like, like, finally, like, a book that's aro-ace enough for me. There's always spice in it. It's so unfortunate. I wish I could answer this question and be like, oh, actually I did find- no. I have not. I think if you want a good fantasy book rec that I can give, it is straight. It is straight, I will tell you. It's not queer, but there is a book that I really enjoyed called Trust of the Emerald Sea, and it's very lore depth. It's really good, but it doesn't have any spice, and the little relationship in it is so tame and fluffy and cute, and it's not, it's very short-lived too, without spoiling anything. It's not like it's a big focus of the story. It's just like, it's like a couple chapters and then it's like, okay, and then it's just a normal part of their life. Yeah, Trust of the Emerald Sea is maybe the only book I've read recently it's a high fantasy, whole other world, really amazing book that I can recommend that has very, very low spice level. There's of course still some romance in it, but it's very just cutesy. It's not like, it's not uncomfortable for an aro-ace, very repulsed person like me. I found it to be lovely. Oh my gosh, all of these are such good recommendations. Thank you guys. Thank you for all these great things here. I haven't heard of a lot of these, the Baby Dragon Cafe Bakery Library. No, I have not. The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Oh, I've not heard of that one either. Dang! That sounds really cool. Oh, yeah, so I've been all over my book reading kind of scale, but I've been mostly trying to focus on queer books because a lot of the books that I've picked up obviously are not, because it's a minority. But the few that I have read that I enjoyed, I'm like, you know what? It's all good. Like, it's so good that I'm okay with there being like an annoying straight couple as a center. It's okay. Straight couples are fine. Full disclosure, I'm just sometimes when I'm reading and I'm escaping, I'd like to see myself in it a little bit, and I am not that, you know? So, and that's just kind of like over and over and over and over again all I see in media, and sometimes you get a little exhausted from not being included. Not that I'm hating on it, I'm just explaining why I'm like, ugh, I want there to be more gay ships, but you know, here we are. That's why I write them instead. I have to make my own. Someone you can build a nest in? Yes, I've been recommended that book by another one of my friends. That's the second time. Thank you so much for becoming a member, by the way. Sirkin City. Yeah, Sirkin City. Thank you for that. I've been told that book several times. I'm gonna have to go and see if my library has it. My library has free audiobooks, and I listen to them, and so if they have it, I will listen to it. At this point, this is my sign. Thank you.
The main character of Project Hail Mary can be read as aro-ace. How can you not read it like that?
Okay, Austin, thank you for the dono. Yeah, I will check it out then. I like characters that I can kind of interpret ambiguously into, oh, like, maybe they're aro-ace, or maybe they are, like, trans, or maybe they're this, maybe they're that. I love headcanons. I'm a big headcanon person, especially because we live in a world where, you know, stuff's not really made for us, so we have to kind of see ourselves where we can. That sounds cool. I'll probably check it out. I'll see if my library has it. Another ocean at the end of the dyslexia. Ocean at the end of the lane. Dark fantasy. Ooh. Okay, I haven't gotten into some dark fantasy yet. I've just been like high fantasy, like sci-fi. I'll have to check it out. Oh man, these are great recommendations. Thank you guys. I love how we just turned into book talk for a minute there. That's great. I need that. That's gonna help me get through my next few weeks a little bit easier. Cause God, I know after this I'm gonna lay down because I'm getting really tired. Cause it gets hell because I'm fidgeting so bad because my body hurts and I don't know where to sit to make it not feel that way. Yeah, so let's see. Trying to make sure I've updated you on everything I possibly can. I'm uploading like 2 shorts a week right now, that's my goal. But even then, we might not make it. The shorts are gonna be pretty good for a while. Like, Parker's story's gonna be really chill. I plan on having my Parker, like, Let's Talk stream later, when after my procedure, and I have time to cope and or mourn whatever happens there. And I want to talk more about year 14 and all the episodes, like I usually do. But not right now. Saving that for later. And just working on year 15 really slowly. I was going to be able to finish Parker by, like, September. That's not happening anymore. That whole era is not going to get completed that fast. Because I used to be able to make 3 shorts a week. Now I'm making maybe 2. So it's really going to slow down the project, which is okay right now. And it's what I need right now, so I appreciate that. I saw one of them went viral. That was crazy. I don't know what made that one go viral. It was kind of pissing me off that that was the one that went viral because it's like one of the most embarrassing things that ever happened to me.
I've heard of this happening, but do you ever have an original character just come out to you? I've been wondering if one of my superheroes uses NB and he's been telling me he doesn't like gender norms. But yeah, characters coming out to creators. It happens.
Fizzy Dizzy? Yes. I feel like this happens so much to me. Like, so much to me, where I'm like, especially if I'm like redesigning a character, and then like, I look at their old design and I'm just like, you're a girl now. Like, oh my god, you're trans now. Like, you just know things. Like, sometimes I'll have characters come to me and tell me, like, either in dreams or like, just like, if I'm listening to like their playlist or like songs and I'm like, wow, they're like actually like really NB coded, or like, wow, they're like actually bisexual. Oh my god, like I love like getting little hints and signs from like characters. Like I believe Fizzy. I believe it does happen. Absolutely. Leaf, reading is what I do now to read is I'll put on something while I draw. Like an audiobook. So I'm listening to a story and I'm drawing, and I can imagine the story in my head while I'm doing something else kind of like in the background. I do it while I'm doing chores too, because I'm so sick and it hurts so much to do stuff that I'll put on something to distract me in the background. So I like having it on in the background so I can kind of follow the words in my head and the story in my head while I'm doing something else. Personally, that's helped me read a lot more, because I have visual disabilities. Like, I have permanent double vision. I can't read very well. So reading physical books is really painful and difficult to me, and it gives me freaking headaches. So audiobooks are great. I highly recommend them, especially if you're an artist and you just want to do art in the background. Read a little bit of an audiobook at a time. Like, maybe an hour or 2 of an audiobook. You'll get through several chapters. And a lot of them are read out so lovely. Just the people who read out audiobooks are doing such a good job. But yeah, no, yeah, one of the Persona Project videos kind of blew up a little bit more than usual. It was the episode called Kiss. I think it's because people were just like, I don't know what they had. They had thoughts about it, apparently, because it was being spread everywhere. So I definitely want to talk about that in the future. But I appreciate it because I'm like, hey, that helps me survive. So cool. when a time when I was just cutting back all my uploads significantly. Like, I just stopped. From this point, I'm just not making long form unless I have the energy or want to. Because I just can't afford to make something that long right now. It's hard enough. I make like a fourth of an episode of Persona Project a day. I used to be able to make 2 episodes a day. I can make a fourth one out of an episode a day now, if that puts it in perspective just how bad I'm feeling. So I'm trying not to push myself. Oh, that's awesome, Hayden. Oh my god. Yeah, no, like, check out your libraries, your local libraries. Like, if you have a library card, I have a free app. It's called Libby, and it's you connect your library card and then you can have free audiobooks. You just have to wait because, you know, you get 2 weeks to, like, basically rent them out for free, right? Sometimes you have to wait for them, but other times you don't have to wait. You can just borrow the books and listen to them and then return it like they're physical. So I highly, please use your libraries. Use your libraries. Visit your local libraries or use the apps, because I can't physically go, so that's how I support. That's like my best advice right now. We don't have any third spaces. Support them how you can. Oh man. The library is so wonderful. I can't wait to go there when I feel better. And just read for a while. Oh, it's so peaceful. I like want to go to sleep right here. Can't do that though. I'm not one of those like freaking annoying streamers who are like, time to do a 40 million hour stream and then sleep in the background. Like, oh god. I could never. But I've appreciated the time you guys have spent with me today. I appreciate it a lot. I feel a lot less alone. I feel a little more inspired. I feel slightly stronger. I'm like, okay, we can get through this. I have some good books now I need to go put on hold. But yeah, so just a little bit of Persona Project here and there for me for a little while until I can figure out what's going on and hopefully get better. If I can't get better, I'm still creating some way, somehow. It just won't be as often, and I might not be able to support myself anymore, but I'll worry about that bridge when I get there, I guess. In the meantime, I do appreciate all of you so much. Oh, the puff, yes, go!
I have a local library that I need to go to more.
You should. You really should. Even if you just go there to just look at a few books. I had fun with my friends. We went there like months and months ago when I was feeling more normal. We went and just picked up like the silliest titled books and read like the first line out of each of them, and like we were cracking. We could not laugh that hard because we were like in a library, but we were like trying not to laugh so hard because we were picking up the most ridiculous books and reading like random lines out of them. There's so many fun things to do. Like it's like the epitome of going analog. You know, it's like leave your phone in your pocket or leave it behind entirely and just go and explore. It's so good for you. Oh, Fizzy, yeah, no, my demeanor hopefully has changed entirely. You can tell just how much more inspired and better I'm feeling mentally. Just, I did not want to have to drag myself in front of everybody and just be like, I'm really struggling, but I just think honesty is really important when you're following a disabled creator, because I follow a lot of disabled creators, but I don't see them struggle as much as I struggle, and then I sit there and I'm like, am I just worse off than them, or do they just not show it? Because I know what I'm going through is really horrible and hard, and like, if you're going through something similar, I just want you to know you're not alone, and that it's normal, and it's like okay if you're struggling, because I don't think anybody really shows that in the way they should. Because I know people love to support disabled people or they love to support queer people, but I don't think they really understand the reality of that until they see the reality of that of, holy crap, like, Hawley PetPyves is dealing with like a life or death situation right now. Okay. Like, Jesus, like, yeah, it is that serious, and it sucks really bad. Like, I don't want to just sit here and be like, I'm fine, here's more content. Like, no, man, I'm not doing good, and like, I'm a person. Above all else, I just want there to be humanity on this channel, because like, it's the whole point of my channel, is it's my authentic self. It's where I am myself, and I want people to understand, like, it's not without struggle. I'm not magically, beautifully, happily perfect all the time. I'm actually very miserable. But I'm still doing my best regardless to make things and live a fulfilling life, however that's going to look. So... oh god.
Wait, what's your fave genre? Mine's dystopian / sci-fi.
Ooh, I'm not a huge fan of dystopian, Austin. That's cool that you enjoy it. I'm just more, I'm scared of zombies and stuff. I don't like undead things. I don't like horror, so I try to stay away from like dystopian because it tends to borderline on horror. I love fantasy, and I love like very slice of life, casual, or like, I love just like sci-fi too. I really like sci-fi. Those are probably my favorite, like sci-fi, fantasy, or like I like autobiographies as well, because I like a little bit of reality here and there of just listening to people's lives, and gives you really good perspectives, you know. We should have a book channel in the Discord. That would be awesome. And we could put it in the hobbies chat. We could have a hobbies, like a book forum. That'd be cool. But yeah, I'll be checking out your book recs, so thank you for that, guys. That's gonna be really fun to look at. I'll go through the live chat afterwards and just grab them all and see if my library has them. But man, so much uncertainty and right now, but the only thing I am certain about is I'm creating no matter what. It's just the amount of what I'm creating is going to change drastically depending on what happens. So until then, I'm going to do my best to just make what I can, and it might look like one shorter week right now. I'm just kind of dealing with real life, and I know that happens for everybody. I'm learning that it's okay, and that's why I'm trying to show it, because it is okay. But yeah, just thank you guys for being here. Thank you for supporting me today. I really appreciate it. And just hearing me and listening to the very real reality of these labels that I carry, because they are heavy sometimes. Sometimes they're very empowering, and sometimes they are a way to connect with everyone else, like being queer, being autistic, being disabled, but they do carry weight, and they are disabilities. At the end of the day, I have multiple of them, and it's reality, and I don't ever want to just pretend I'm okay and not be, because I don't want, if I'm not be, to come out as a complete shock if something were to happen. That would just suck. So I might be struggling, but I mean, as Blackbird can clearly show you, I am a fighter, and I don't give up that easily, so I'll be here, just maybe a little bit on and off for a little bit, but I mean, I have plenty of videos to backlog. I think I have 500 long-form videos and now 300 shorts, so if you ever miss me, just go time travel a little bit. I've got plenty of stuff to keep you covered in the meantime. Oh my god. But it's been really nice. Thank you guys for cheering me up today before this heat wave hits. Oh, we're about to get hit with the heat wave. So if you're already in the thick of it, stay cool. If it's on the way, stay cool. If you've already been out of the heat wave, stay cool. Oh, and please be well. Be well for me. Take care of your eras. They're counting on you. Your future eras do love and count on you every day. And I'll be around as much as I can. I'll update you guys. And thank you all so much for being here again and again. I can't thank you enough. It's really cool to have such a strong community that will not be budging no matter what happens. It gives me something to hold on to right now. So I appreciate it very much. But yeah, until then, have a good rest of your few weeks, gamers. I probably won't stream again for a while, but I'll still be uploading, so I'll see you in Parker's episodes. Goodbye!